So, wonderful good morning guys, and welcome to another Soul Drives video. And welcome to another beautiful day, as you know it from my channel, in the Black Forest on, again, one of my all-time favorite roads. And I got a super exciting car with me. This is the Techart TSport R. And to really give you an understanding why this car is so special to me, I have to talk about my personal view at modern cars. Because I personally really think that modern cars have gotten to a point where all of the sports cars are pretty much fast enough over 10 years ago. And everything that's happened since then is cars are getting more heavy, faster, bigger, more luxurious, more safety features, stuff like that. Stuff I don't really need. And Porsche also, with a 992.2, I like the car, but they also ditched the manual gearbox. So Porsche brought out a really exciting car that gave you the option to get a manual gearbox back in the 992.2, the Carrera T. It's more driver focused, it's focused on a lighter weight, a simpler car, a manual gearbox, and that's essentially the Carrera T. And now that car is which this car is based on. So this is essentially a tuned Carrera T. Now the only thing that's missing, which brings it down in the 911 lineup, is of course the power. And what Techart now has done here is they essentially took a Carrera T, brought up the power to 505 horsepower, bumping it up to 111 horsepower, giving it also 80 Newton meters of torque, more over stock. And we have an aftermarket exhaust on it, which deals with one of my biggest issues with modern cars, the missing sound. And this car has also a complete body kit on it, making it look very, very aggressive. Now, looks are always a matter of taste. I personally think it looks really, really good, especially the ducktail. I really, really love ducktail spoilers, and this one just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, the car looks so aggressive and overall a really good looking car. But not only the looks have been improved, the car now has more aerodynamics and also a different suspension setup. This is a Olin suspension setup, and on the way here I already felt that the car really drives pretty similar to a GT3, a little bit more comfortable, but you don't miss anything on the initial input when you steer into a corner, on the responsiveness, on the way this thing grips and sits in the corner. It's really up there. So an absolutely amazing setup, and I think a really, really interesting car. And now comes my claim. Honestly, I think if you look at the whole Porsche lineup and you have cars like a GT3, which are now selling for, I don't know, 220 with a good spec, 250 or even more, the Carrera T brings an option on the market which is the most appealing to me in a price range that's a little bit more realistic. And now this car brings it up to a GT3 level of power, and with the suspension setup and everything around it, what we have right here should be, in theory, the most exciting driver-focused 992.2 that you can buy below the GT3. And I'm just super, super excited to now take this car out here on one of my favorite Black Forest roads. And of course I'm gonna take you along with me. So now on the road in the TSport R. And yeah, it's really, really fast. You can really feel the 500 horsepower in this car. And I have to say, I really like the power band. It's very linear. It doesn't feel like a huge turbo punch. And you find most of the power up in the rev range, which I like very, very much. nice bite. The pedal feel is way improved, so you really feel confident pushing the brakes, going down a hill. So much grip. It's currently 6 degrees. We are on winter tires. We have 500 horsepower on the rear axle. Yeah, it's a 911. Some traffic. Oh, and I really like the shifter throw. It feels like it has a great short shift kit from the factory. As far as I know, they have not changed that. They just changed the gear lever with this beautiful, I was told, 1,000-year-old wooden shifter with a really complicated to produce wooden shift knob. Absolutely beautiful, and it's taller, so the distance between the steering wheel and my shifter is shorter for me to grab, to reach, and it feels really nice. I'm a big fan of wooden shifters. I'm always looking for a nice option for my 991.1 to maybe retrofit one, and yeah, I really like the overall shift feeling in this car. Feels yeah, kind of GT3-ish. But now I'm gonna turn around and drive the road back up again. Will be absolutely amazing. One of my all-time favorite roads in the Black Forest. It's just so beautiful here. Really light clutch, which I really enjoy. Feels great. I also think the car sounds quite nice in the interior. And it just has so much power. Holy shit. The torque. Throw it into the corner with this super precise front axle, and that punch is just insane. 500 horsepower turbocharged. Holy shit. And out the corner. Yeah, you build up speed quite quickly. I always said it when I drove the Spider RS, the GT3s and everything. 500 horsepower. It's really the sweet spot. You don't need more than 500 horsepower, honestly. I'm already pretty happy with the GT4 385, but this this is a rocket. down into second, into the corner. Slight bump on the road. Suspension deals with it perfectly. Again, down into second. And down the corner. Honestly, it's so fast. So fast. And the grip just makes you feel so confident pushing it a bit. Even in such temperatures and on winter tires. Third, second, into the corner, turn in. And the blow-off sounds also when you go off the gas. Okay, now honestly, I'm gonna say it right now. If you give me a budget which is not enough to buy a GT3, I'd happily take this. This is an experience. This is, yeah, I just haven't felt this way driving any of the other modern 992.2 Carrera S, GTS, whatever. I have never felt like this.